happening, YouTube family? It's your partner, man. Bay Boy 75 back in the building. In the homie.
Nahama the Great.
And you already know what it is, man. Fight weekend. Tyson Fury. Francesco Pianetta going down. I already put in my round pick, assuming Tyson Fury will win the fight automatically. I'm just, hoping this is what happens. I picked Pianetta to go down in round 6. That was my prediction. Most people already think that Tyson Fury got this fight in the bag already anyway, you know what I'm saying? But it is a heavyweight division. Anything can happen. Anybody's capable of being knocked out. When you in this high of at a level of boxing, you see what happened to Mike Tyson. Nobody ever would have thought Mike Tyson would go down to Buster Douglas on his worst day. But, that shit be happening, man. And, Tyson Fury ain't no Mike Tyson. He ain't no Iron Mike Tyson. That's for damn sure. But, I picked Tyson to knock your boy out round 6. What's your prediction on that fight, man?
I can see it going 6 rounds.
Man, you got to pick a round he's going to go down. Or, however you think it's going to go.
Listen.
Because this fight is so, Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying, is way up here, and this guy is somewhere, ranked 130 something. You know what I mean? So you already know it's pretty much going to be a win for Tyson Fury. So I need you to pick a round, man. This is round pick.
I picked the 3rd round.
3rd round?
Yeah, 3rd round. I've never seen Pianetta fight. But I don't know what to expect. I know Tyson Fury is an excellent fighter. He's not a great fighter, but he has a lot of technique and skill. He knows how to use the jab. He knows how to move in the ring. He's very intelligent. He's ring savvy. He knows how to make himself look awkward in the ring. So those are the intangibles, and I don't know if Pianetta has that. But I was wrong last week about Kovalev. So maybe Pianetta at least can make it exciting. But as far as I'm concerned, it's a foregone conclusion. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder will fight in November. That's what we're all hoping. We'll see what happens.
Tyson Fury better win. I know that. Shit, if he even have a hard time with this guy, I don't know. That might be all bad.
The thing about Tyson Fury is though, and what concerns me about Tyson Fury is this guy has a drug abuse problem, and he has a mental health problem. So we got to take that into consideration. It's not just some dude that's a healthy guy that's walking into the ring who is dedicated to the sport. The guy has mental health issues. The guy has drug problems, and you just don't kick that habit overnight. So you know what I'm saying? It's a very serious concern that he might come in the ring and he might be the pressure of the Wilder fight might be too much for him. And he might cave under pressure. So that's something we got to take into consideration, because I think that this is what boxing needs, is a heavyweight fight of this magnitude. Boxing really needs it, especially the heavyweight division, who's been so lousy for so long.
Man, for so long, man. It's been like the worst. That's actually, dude, that got me out of boxing for a while, man. I was not in the boxing for a good while. What really brought me back into boxing is this welterweight division, man. These welterweight guys is what really got me into boxing, with the Charlos, with the Herds, and all those guys in those weight classes, all the way down to 147. They got me really back into boxing, man. I was to be straight up with you, I was just a casual fan. I'm really just a casual fan. Because boxing, it turned me off for so long, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, well, I do love the sport. I am a boxing fan at heart, you know what I'm saying? But after a while, you just, you get tired of seeing garbage, man. And then, you just be like, you know what? Why even watch this shit?
For a long time, boxing was so bad. For a long time, our best heavyweight out of the heavyweight division was Chris Arreola. everybody know that Chris Arreola was a Mexican American fighter. He had lackluster skills. He wasn't a great fighter. He got KO'd by Klitschko. I mean, that's how bad stuff was. He was our top fighter. Deontay Wilder's coming up now. I'm hearing that there's some heavyweight prospects that are showing some promise. So we'll see. This is a big fight that's coming up. But Tyson Fury got to take care of business tomorrow. So hopefully that happens.
Yeah, he got to take care of business, and he got to do it fairly quick. You know what I'm saying? No later than 6, man. Straight up.
Yeah, I think it's third round fight. I think Tyson Fury, I give him credit. Tyson Fury has got a good ring IQ. When he's in the ring, he's thinking. He's thinking how he can smart you. He's using his height. He's using his reach. He does the things that he needs to do to point you and win. He's not a guy who's going to be doing some Deontay Wilder stuff. He's a ring general. He'll back you down. He'll pepper you with his jab. You know what I'm saying? He's unconventional fighter. He got a lot of head movement. I mean, these are things that are we need in boxing. He's a far better boxer than Anthony Joshua. So
yeah, no doubt to me, man. I mean, up until this latest fiasco with Anthony Joshua, I thought him and Wilder would be a great matchup, man. I thought that would be just like the mega battle. Mm-hmm. I mean, two big titans going at it. Anthony Joshua, a young guy coming up in the fight game, strong, big, powerful dude, man. That's the way he appeared, until all this drama started happening. Then that just made me like, what's up with this dude, man? He's not all the way, 100 with it, man. You know what I'm saying? He acts like he wants to fight, but it's just not. His actions is not telling me that. So that's what made me lean towards Deontay Wilder just being able to mop the floor with this guy now. Because if your mentality is that weak, you know what I'm saying, and you holding belts, ain't no way you're going to beat somebody like Deontay Wilder, man. His confidence is just too high, man, and that brings phenomenal success, if you ask me. I think there's no way that Deontay Wilder is going to fold, to somebody who's like that, who's fragile like that,
Yeah, and he's more important, he's fragile. That's a good word. He's fragile mentally. Like, he does not want to lose to Deontay Wilder. He's very scary. I mean, when you mention Deontay Wilder's name, he just starts backpedaling and thinking of reasons that for him not to confront Deontay Wilder. It's illogical for you not to fight him, dog. It's illogical for you not even to acknowledge the fact that this guy is a legit star in the sport.
Absolutely. And
you're going to make, even if you get knocked out and lose, which everybody thinks you are going, you're still going to make maybe $50-60 million in this fight.
Man, dude, you don't have to fight another fight again in your life.
So
okay? Your family's taken care of. Your kids is taken care of. I mean, dude, you set. You say you in it to be a billionaire, you know what I'm saying? But shit, you probably done lost that opportunity. And you better win every fight until you fight Deontay Wilder.
And Povetkin is not it's not guaranteed that you're gonna beat him.
Nah, you better not overlook Povetkin.
Yeah, so it's not a guarantee.
You overlook Povetkin, you're gonna be in trouble. So.
Yeah, so
it's like I say, the heavyweight division. I mean, shit, anybody can get it, man. Anybody can get that smoke real quick, and it can happen like in a split second.
So
yeah, shit, man. But yeah, speaking of building up this damn fight, did you see Deontay Wilder confront the Furies this morning?
I thought it was excellent.
Oh,
this is the old school Muhammad Ali stuff right there. When Muhammad Ali would go to Sonny Liston's training camps. Sonny Liston was at the casino. He would confront him at the casino and said, "I'm gonna be a thorn in your side." Mm-hmm. It was a little bit staged. Because they knew he was there, and they knew that he was going to be putting on the show.
Oh, for sure.
But either way, I loved it. I think Boxing Ego said that it's fun again. Heavyweight division is fun again.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be fun.
Absolutely.
So, I saw the confrontation. It was more with him and the father.
Right. That's why I did a video earlier. I said Wilder what I say, Wilder confronts the Furies.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's what boxing needs right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're both Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are both very flamboyant.
Right.
They're both epic trash talkers. The trash talking is going to be set your recorder when these press conferences get started. Set your recorder because it's going to be classic trash talking.
Yeah, these back and forth little battles they have, they're going to be just as good as the fight, man.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a little extra thick icing on your cake, man. When you watching these little spats between these two guys, man, it's gonna be good. This is all good for boxing, man.
Yeah.
This is gonna bring casuals into boxing. It's gonna bring people into boxing that that's not even really into the sport, man. You know what I'm saying? So people that don't even watch boxing can get into this because there's drama involved. That's what makes it makes it something to watch, something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? People want drama. They want to see drama. They want to see a story. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? You can't be no dry-ass boxer. I don't want you to get in the ring with me. I'm going to put a restraining order on you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying no names, but, people be doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dude, for real? Okay, well, all right, well, shit.
I mean, it's gonna be an epic fight. It's gonna be bigger than anything Anthony Joshua can put together.
Dude, actually, I can see a trilogy coming out of this shit.
Yeah. So
at least a rematch. You know what I'm saying? But I think this could be like some, this could be like some historical shit. You know what I mean? I think it can be. I mean, Tyson Fury, the way he fights, man, is he's not your average heavyweight type of fighter, man. You know what I'm saying? He moves a lot. You know what I'm saying?
He got skill.
Yeah, he's talented, bro. I mean, he don't throw a lot of punches, but he don't get hit a lot.
He got a lot of skill.
He don't get hit a lot either.
And he had Klitschko just. I mean, he dominated Klitschko. I mean, it's the head movement, the jab. I mean, Klitschko couldn't do nothing with him.
Right.
So. We'll see. I mean, I'm looking forward to this fight. Like I said, I'm there. So if it's November or December, I'm there. So I would like the fight to build up a little bit more and a little bit more trash talking.
You ain't gotta worry about that. That's gonna happen.
But I can't wait to see the fight. I mean, it's gonna be something that boxing needs right now, and we haven't seen anything like this in a long time. Maybe since. Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe fought. So that's what we're gonna do. My only complaint is I like the Tyson Fury is not in great shape. I mean, he has a dad bod. He looks like he's a 45-year-old dad, and Pianetta does too. They don't have great physiques. I'm not taking nothing away from them, but I'm saying they don't look like they train particularly hard. Even though Tyson Fury lost over 100 pounds, he just looks like he looks sloppy.
Yeah, I tell you, man, Tyson Fury is not gonna get in that ring with Deontay Wilder and not be ready.
Yeah, I know that.
He ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, Tyson Fury is probably only halfway to where he want to be before he get in that ring with Wilder. Yeah. So, and he got plenty of time. Plenty of time, man. What is it, August?
It's August.
Middle of August?
If the fight happens in December.
September, October, November. You got 3 months. Man, come on, man.
Yeah,
you already know. Shit. He's going to come in there. But even then, even still, though, even if he is, he doesn't have that type of body where he's going to be ripped anyway.
No,
so he's not that type of, he don't have that body type.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Just some people who just can't.
You're right
get
about that. You don't have
you
that
know
body
type. Some
Yeah.
people just can't get that. He's just not one of those people that's blessed like that. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. But however, that don't take away from his stamina or his abilities or what he can do in the ring. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I done seen plenty of fools get dropped. Big muscle bound dudes, 6'4", gonna get dropped by little puny dudes with flabby titties. You know what I'm saying? It be happening, cuz. I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover. You just can't. You just can't do that. I done seen it happen, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, just because you look a certain way, don't mean that, that you got the upper hand, man. I mean, that really ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, so
I'm telling you, it's more mental than anything.
Yeah, it is mental, and like I said earlier, Tyson Fury do got a great ring IQ,
and that's the exact reason why Joshua do not want to see Deontay Wilder about nothing, because Wilder is so confident, man, in his abilities and his skill set. Even though his skill set is not what anybody else would call a masterpiece, but to him, he believes so much in himself, man. You can't tell that man nothing. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, ain't nobody tell me I can be beat. So prove it. You know what I mean?
And he hasn't lost.
He ain't lost. Man.
And he beat. And
he done knocked out everybody he fought, bro.
And in my opinion, he knocked out the second best heavyweight in the world was Luis Ortiz. So and you see what Ortiz did to his last opponent.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So I mean,
and I don't see Anthony Joshua running up to his door talking about Ortiz. You want me next?
Yeah.
Nah, ain't nobody doing that. Who out there doing that right now? Nobody.
Yeah. So it's the big. I think me and Bay Boy had the same opinion. It's frustrating the way Anthony Joshua is acting. It's very frustrating. So
it is. But understood. If I had to fight Wilder, I'd have second guesses too.
Yeah, I don't want my head knocked off.
For real. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. All right, y'all. We back. Yeah, man. So all I know is Tyson Fury best to he best to knock this dude out, man. That's all I know. But we gonna see. We gonna know after tomorrow. We gonna know for sure. So yeah, for shizzo. But on other topics, man, have you heard about the homegirl, the boxer, ex-boxer Mia St. John? Have you heard about that situation?
Yeah, I heard a little bit about it.
She admitted to doing PEDs after she retired, and obviously she's a Canelo fan. She didn't speak out until people was bashing Canelo about his situation, talking about everybody does it. I mean, why are people so acting like it's just such a big deal? You know what I'm saying? Everybody, a whole lot of people in boxing does it. A majority of the boxers do it. I mean, why would she come out and say some shit like that? Like after she retired and she done already sealed in her legacy and everything, and what she's done in boxing. Why would she come out and just
I think that
be rapping?
I mean,
like pretty much.
To be honest with you, it runs rampant in sports. Steroids, PEDs, it runs rampant in sports. You can get a lot done in a short time using steroids. So it's very beneficial for someone who competing in a competitive sport, especially if the person next to you is using it. So on that part, you're not really getting an advantage if somebody else is using it. So I understand what she's trying to say is everybody does it. What difference does it make? I think what people are up in arms about, they just want sports to be naturally competitive. They want somebody to know that they're using what God gave them and to beat the next person in any sport. So I can understand where she's coming from.
That's what she had also said that, everybody in her camp was doing it, and she felt like that, in order for her to be competitive and advance in her career, that she felt pressured to do it so she could stay, relevant. Mm-hmm. To me, I'm like, you know what? If you feel a certain way about something, if you like, okay, I don't want to be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? If you really felt that way, you would keep it natural. You would do your thing. But every time you go into a sport to where your career could be ended at any point, you know what I mean? You don't have to be, you could be like knocked out at any time, and that could end your career. You know what I'm saying? People would just lose interest in you like instantly. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of sport you're in when you're in boxing or something like that, or MMA or something like that. Anything can happen. Anytime you go into a situation like that, you have to have a plan B, man. And if you don't have a plan B, you're subject to feel like you have to do things like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't have a backup plan just in case something like this was to happen. You know what I'm saying? You should have just been like, you know what? I know what they're doing, but I'm myself gonna keep it clean. You know what I'm saying? You could have chose that path. You know what I'm saying? You could have been like, okay, well, you know, I'm gonna make myself, I'm gonna be clean myself. I don't care what they do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they do, that's on them. If you would have had a plan B to your situation, you wouldn't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you didn't plan for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You just went along with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? You decided to be a follower and not be a leader in your profession.
What kind of fighter would she have been if she never used steroids though? I mean, that's my thing is.
Well, you know what? If you would have never did steroids, you could have. I could live with that. Mm-hmm. You know, I could have went down and said, you know what? If didn't nobody else know, I know that I never used steroids and I gave it all I had. You know what I'm saying? You could have went out like that. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there, man, that she claims that everybody does it. A lot of people do it.
I believe her on that.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that. I wasn't in the bathroom when they were sticking the needle in their ass. I don't know. Shit. I mean, I can say I've seen a few people do it. I mean, yeah, I could say that. But, you know, for me to claim that everybody does it, I mean, you know, I don't think so, man. There's some people with pride, you know what I'm saying, that goes into this thing with pride, and they are, you know, clean. And some people just go in there and professionally just insanely work out and just really just go in hard. You know what I mean? And some people that just do that, you know, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
This is my thing. Steroids not gonna make you a great athlete. It might make you more competitive. It might change things, but it's not gonna make you a great athlete. Like Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is already a great athlete. It's a lot of people who are great athletes. Period. They're just sometimes PEDs take you to the next level. Me personally, I'm not against people using PEDs, but the ideal thing is if the playing field is equal, you still get the best out of everybody. I mean, everybody. If there's no drugs involved, I think that's the best way for it, and it's the best example for everybody. Kids can learn. Everybody can learn that people are competitive, competing naturally. Some people feel like they need to win at all costs. So that's why they use the PEDs. If everybody's using it, it must have been a bunch of peer pressure for her. She's looking at the situation like, well, shit, I'm not going to get where I need to get without using drugs. And that's the way most people feel.
And that's what Plan B pops in.
Yeah.
Go to school, motherfucker. Do some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Go to a tech school. Learn a different trade. If this don't work out for you, so what? You know what? It's not over. It's not the end all, be all. You know what I'm saying?
She wasn't looking at that like that.
You got to. Anytime you're in a situation or in a situation where your career can end instantly, you have to have a plan B. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can go in and get fucking permanent paralyzed your first day of fighting. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That could end it. It can all go to hell then. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of work you do. You're at risk. That's how high of a risk your profession is. You have to go in with a plan B. That's the only choice. That's the only way to go in there. You know what I'm saying? If not, oh well, the rest is on you. Don't use PEDs. I mean, I don't respect nobody who goes that route, man. I
prefer to be natural. I prefer for everybody just to complete. And
I want to give a shout out to Brooklyn Child Boxing. He the one who told me about this article that I read. So I'm gonna try to put the link to the article in this description on this video. So shouts out to Brooklyn Child Boxing. He's the one who told me about this. So shouts out to you, brother. If you guys haven't subscribed already, subscribe to Brooklyn Child Boxing. You got some good brother, man. He has a lot of good content on his channel, man. So check him out. Yeah, but yeah, man. That's the way I feel about it, man.
I mean, you're right, man. And you know what I'm saying? The way she looking at it, she said, well, I got no fucking choice. That's the way she looking at it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, do there need to be a plan B in case things don't work out?
To me, that was her choice not to have a choice.
Shit. Yeah. I mean, now I agree with her 110%. There is a large amount of people in sports,
Of
whether it be
is.
basketball, football, baseball, boxing, that are using PEDs. They get caught all the fucking time. Everybody in Russia is using this shit. Even when they just going to babysit their kids, they on some steroids or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying, feel like they need an edge. Like at my gym.
Motherfuckers be like, I gotta run to the grocery store, honey. Let me shoot myself in the ass with some steroids real quick just in case I get into it with a motherfucker.
Yeah. You know, even in my gym, like I go to a powerlifting gym. Mm-hmm. Everybody in that gym, not everybody, but there's a lot of people in that gym feel like they need to use steroids so they can compete. You know? So, I mean, it's just some people use steroids so they can look good. So, it's just some people just feel like that's what they got to do. You know? Some people, you know, and people, what really bothers me is people say, fuck the health, I want to look good now. They say, the hell with what happens 15, 20 years from now, I want to look good now. You know what I'm saying? I want to be strong now. I want to be a competitive athlete now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying when I'm 44, I'm laid up in some hospital with thick arteries because I can't because I've been using steroids for so long. There's a lot of side effects of steroids. Mm-hmm. They might not be happening right now, but over time, the effects of steroids are so detrimental and so damaging to your body that. I mean, it's no recovery from it. It's no recovery from steroids. Once it does its damage, it's no recovery. Your arteries thicken. You get fluid in your lungs. Your heart beats irregularly. This is what happens when people use steroids over a long period of time. So it's not beneficial in the long run. Right now, if you want to win a race or if you want to hit a baseball at the park, they're beneficial. But over the long run, it's not beneficial. So my thing is be natural, be healthy, be an example of being healthy. But I understand why y'all use it.
But if you're going to go out with pride, man. Go out knowing that you did
That's the ideal.
You did it the right way. You did it knowing that you was clean, knowing that a lot of motherfuckers out here wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you get lots of credit, respect to you, hands down, for doing that. But if not, plan B, please. Just plan B.
Be a teacher.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, do some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Play basketball or some shit.
On to the next. I wanted to mention something. You know Garcia and Porter about the fight, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the subs on my channel was asking about if Porter was to win versus Danny Garcia and he was to fight Errol Spence, how would Errol Spence fight against Sean Porter? Because the guy was saying that, sorry, I forgot your name, bro, but you were saying that can Errol Spence fight on his back foot? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he would have to do in order to fight Sean Porter, because Sean Porter's a straightforward fighter, you know what I mean? And Errol Spence would, you know, have to be like backing down or whatever. How do you feel about that situation? Do you think Errol Spence, I mean, he hasn't really showed that part of his game yet, you know what I'm saying? But to me, I feel like there's a whole lot of Errol Spence that we haven't seen. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of Errol Spence that we haven't seen yet, only because it hasn't been prompted. Yeah, it hasn't been, you know, he hasn't had to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, but what do you think about that? Do you think Errol Spence have the ability to fight on his back foot against somebody like a Sean Porter who comes in head first?
So with this sub, when he made that comment, he must have been referring to the Keith Thurman fight.
Probably so.
And the Keith Thurman fight, first of all, Sean Porter's hard to watch. Sean Porter, what he was doing in the Keith Thurman fight, he was lunging with his head. So when Keith Thurman, when he sees some kind of opening, he'll lunge with his head and try to get inside. If he can't lunge with his head, he'll grab or hold his opponent. And that's what he did with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman dominated that fight, but Sean Porter thinks he did better than he actually did because he made the fight ugly. Like I said the same thing last week. Sean Porter, he lunges at fighters and he leads with his head. That's easy picking for Errol Spence, who could just tee off on his head and his body, and once he comes in enough, he'll back up. I say about the third or fourth round, he'll be having Sean Porter backing up, and then he can wear on that body, and the fight will be over by the fifth or sixth. Sean Porter doesn't have a lot of skill. When you saw Keith Thurman fight, Keith Thurman was excellent because when he lunged, he hit him with a combination, or he moved to the side. He kept him on his toes. He attacked the body. Watch the fight again, and then by the fifth or sixth round, Keith Thurman had Errol Spence backing up. So Keith Thurman's coming in, had him backing up. He had it like this. Keith Thurman was owning him, and Keith Thurman was hitting him with a lot of hooks, a lot of body shots, a lot of jabs, and Sean Porter just doesn't have a lot of ring IQ. He doesn't have a lot of skill. And the thing about Sean Porter, what makes it worse, is his father doesn't give him the right advice in the fight either. So they're both on two different pages as far as fighter. So you're right when you say that when he's on his back foot, he's gonna fight on his back foot, but for only the first 4 or 5 rounds, and then he can make adjustments and attack that body. But he is gonna be lunging at him head first, and Errol Spence is gonna be able to have to attack that head first. But he's gonna be doing a lot of clinching and holding. That's what he does, and. So you're making a reference to that fight. That's a good analysis because Sean Porter he's not a great fighter. He just makes fights look ugly. Like I said, if Sean Porter retired tomorrow, nobody wouldn't give a shit. I mean, because Sean Porter.
What was that again? Oh, Sean Porter.
Yeah, Sean Porter. Yeah, and Sean Porter.
Almost forgot him already.
Yeah, Sean Porter retired tomorrow. Nobody wouldn't give a shit because he's not an exciting fighter. He makes fights look ugly. He has some good wins on his career. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but as far as fighting a skilled opponent, he won't have a chance. And that happened with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman proved it. He beat Adrian Broner, but Adrian Broner was in there bullshitting to the 9th round. And then when the 9th round happened, that's when Adrian Broner got serious, knocked him out in the 12th, knocked him down in the 12th. Mm-hmm. But he started getting serious in later rounds. This won't happen against Errol Spence. Errol Spence will be completely focused if they fight.
Errol Spence by decapitation. Over, man down, Smoke City, baby.
But that's a good analysis. So it's a good analysis. So
for sure.
You know your boxing. So
absolutely, man. Well, yeah, man. What do you think about this little Kenny Porter beef going in on YouTubers and shit, man? What's up with that shit, man?
Like I said, if Kenny Porter retired, if Sean Porter retired tomorrow, nobody gives a shit. Sean Porter's never been a top pound for pound fighter. He's never even been a top 20 pound for pound fighter. He's made a name for himself because he'll get in there and he'll fight Adrian Broner, he'll fight Danny Garcia, he'll make it look ugly, but he's not a top quality opponent.
Right. But Kenny Porter, he talking shit like all these YouTubers talking crazy and all this type of shit. What do you think about him, dissing people who support boxing? You know what I mean? He's dissing the fans pretty much. He's just saying that, all you fans out there, you can't even afford to come out here and sit next to me to have a conversation with me.
Yeah, and he was foul for saying that.
Have you heard that shit?
Yeah,
was that shit?
Yeah, cool? He was real foul for saying that. And
that shit was some foul ass shit, man. We support boxing, man. We don't side with nobody. You know what I'm talking about? We all have our fans. We root for people, but we want real boxing. We want real boxing matches. You know what I'm saying? If anybody come any kind of way bitch made, we ain't rolling with that shit. Straight up. That's just not how we get down. So, if you feeling some kind of way, man, about us as boxing fans or YouTubers, as you call it, you know what I mean, giving our opinion, bringing light to an irrelevant situation in Sean Porter, your son, you know what I'm saying? If you feeling some kind of way about that, man, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's fine, but you know what I'm saying? Don't shit on the fans, man. We are fans at the end of the day. So, and if it wasn't for people like us shining light on y'all situation, you guys will be irrelevant anyway. You know what I mean? You don't even, ain't nobody gonna know who you are. You know, it's like
the body. You love your son. I mean, let's not get this twisted. You love your son, and you look at your son as he's the greatest thing since peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? That's the way you're looking at your son. Feel like your son can beat anybody. So when people have some criticism against your son, you're gonna come to your defense. That's natural. If you didn't do that, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's what you're supposed to do as a father. Our job as YouTubers is to give an honest critique of the fighters. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a personal attack against anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just your son does not display the skills as that's going to go down in history as a great champion. He doesn't do that. That's my criticism of Sean Porter. Now, let me say this. I don't think Kenny Porter's a great trainer. I don't think he gives sound advice in that ring. I don't think he puts in good input to make him a better fighter because he keeps doing the same thing over again, and I don't see any great improvement. Now, it seems like that he knows what he needs to do, but when he gets in the ring, he has a lot of bad habits. So you're not teaching him what he needs to know when he goes in the ring. So that's what I have a problem with. Now, I got a problem with what you said because you don't know anybody's financial situation into these who's doing YouTube channel. Most of the people doing YouTube channels doing it because they love it, because they love boxing.
Absolutely.
So when you and let's get hardcore on your ass for a minute. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for your son, where would you be at?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for your son, what would you be doing? You know what I'm saying? Would you be working at Walmart? You know what I'm saying? Would you be working at some paint factory? You know what I'm saying? Would you be waiting for somebody to call you saying you're going to cut some grass or something like that? You know what I'm saying? So when people got criticism for you, just take it in stride. Deontay Wilder takes all the criticism that he has in stride. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to keep moving. Keep getting better. Errol Spence, he takes criticism in stride. I'm going to keep getting better. Andre Ward can't knock anybody out. Andre Ward knocked out his 2 out of his last 3 opponents. And so you need to be a little bit more thick-skinned. Because boxing is all about, first of all, is judging. You got 3 judges in that ring that's judging you on your son's performance. So that's really people you need to be angry about. If anybody criticism you need to be concerned with is those 3 judges in that ring. Because they've been judging your fights fairly. Because you fought Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman dominated that fight. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He dominated that fight. You keep going to the thing where it was closer than I thought. It wasn't a close fight. Keith Thurman dominated that fight.
Right.
You're looking at things as a father through rose-colored glasses because you think your son is the greatest thing that's ever walked this earth. And the boxing fans, 7-8, Black Fight Fan, CJ, Ticket TV, they all telling you the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Your son's not a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get used to getting shitted on YouTube because it happens.
All the time. If you come out there foul, you're going to get called upon, man. And that's just how it is. But with that being said, we about to end this session, y'all. Appreciate every single one of y'all for tuning in. Love y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Like, share this video. Until next time, it's your partner, man. Bayboy75 and the homie.
Now I'm the great.
And we'll see you.
Right.
Be easy.